Gentlemen, my name is Dan Olison. I'm an educator, communicator, and community builder. My work every day intersects with individuals whose addiction has become the barrier to rebuilding their lives. No one ever plans to become addicted. Addiction rarely begins with bad intentions. Sometimes it begins with pain, sometimes with injury, sometimes with loneliness or trauma. Something that once helped someone cope slowly becomes something they cannot control. The people this affects are often the people who once had everything going for them: jobs, families, friends, dreams. Addiction is not simply a personal failure, it's a human struggle. And the question tonight is not how addiction begins. The question is, what happens when somebody decides they want their life back? Across Canada, addiction is claiming the lives at an alarming rate. More than 200 people die every single day from drug poisoning. More than 53,000 Canadians have died from opioids since 2016. Fentanyl has become one of the leading causes of drug deaths. But behind every number is something far bigger than a statistic. A family, a workplace, a community forever changed. Here in Calgary, 660 people died from drug poisoning in 2023. Across Alberta, more than 2,000 people lost their lives. Most men in their 30s and 40s. Men who should have been in the prime of their lives. But there is another story we do not hear enough about. The man who arrives at Fresh Start Recovery after losing his job, his health, and the trust of his family. Months later, he leaves sober, rebuilding relationships, and returning to work. That story changes lives. If Calgary mirrors national patterns, roughly 100,000 Calgarians use illicit drugs in the past year. That means in a room of 100 men, 6 are not statistics. They are fathers, brothers, sons, friends. Someone that somebody is praying will make it home alive. Tonight, we had the chance to help some of those men find their way back. Addiction rarely impacts just one person. Across Canada, 6 million people will experience addiction. For every person struggling, 4 to 10 family members are affected. Children grow up in unstable homes. Communities lose people with enormous potential. But recovery creates ripple effects too. Every man who finds recovery is one less family receiving that phone call. Despite the scale of the crisis, access to long-term recovery remains limited. That's where Fresh Start Recovery operates. Tonight, we're solving for 100. $10,000 funds 100 recovery manuals. These manuals guide men through reflection, accountability, and the habits that support lasting recovery. 100 manuals, 100 men, 100 trajectories changed. I believe in something simple: values before skill. Because skill can build a house, but values can rebuild a life. When one man restores his life, that impact spreads outwards. One restored man can stabilize a household, can protect a child, can strengthen a workplace. And many of those restored men become examples for others, for what I call heroes, inspiring heroes. Every man who finds recovery changes the future for the people who love him. Tonight, we're asking this room to invest $10,000. That investment provides 100 recovery manuals, 100 men rebuilding their lives, families restored, communities strengthened. Tonight, 100 men in this room can help 100 men rebuild theirs. Thank you.